The other day, I saw a short about Pendle witch trial. In 1612, a large trial was carried out in Lancashire and York of a series of women who were accused of being witches, and 10 of them were hung. One was found not guilty. The trial was salacious, it was exciting. They actually published the wonderful discovery of witches in the county of Lancaster, and it accounted for 2% of the witch hangings in the whole of British history. 6 of those 10 came from 2 families, both of which had women in their late 80s leading the family. And there does seem to have been some herbal medicine, talismans, maybe charms involved. It's important to understand that Pendle Hill sits on the edge of the Ribble Valley, and it was considered a very lawless area, and it was an area where Catholicism hadn't been stamped out by the Church of England the way that it had in most of England. The abbey had been dissolved in 1537. The local people had resisted, and despite the execution of the abbot, which not many abbots were actually hung, most chose to walk away or change their religion. But this was an island of dissent and of old ways. And old ways can't be tolerated. When you have a new religion, it's important the new religion stamps out the old religion. And it seems like some of these women probably sat in a strange area where they were both Catholic and believed in pagan ideas. So, a little valley where the world hadn't quite caught up, the old ways still existed. It's not that rare if you dig into an old building to find a shoe buried in the rafters, or an image of one, or a dead cat stuffed. Because even when Christianity took the British Isles, the old ways quietly lived in the background. Superstition. Well, the authorities had changed their views on such things. King James was rather obsessed with witchcraft. It's often said that Macbeth features the witches so prominently because Shakespeare knew that the king would like that. He'd only just written his book, Demonologia. It was all about demons and witches. Well, the judges wanted promotion. So the judges did what they knew the king would want them to do. So the authority sets a tone. They don't listen to what's really happening. The judges jump into lying because they want some grubby cash in their hands. And before you know it, there's a witch trial based on the evidence of children and spectral evidence. And before you know it, there's some quite bold claims of child murder, cannibalism. You can't question these accusations too much, or you might be in favour of the old religion or the old way. And remember, as a judge, there's a big fat promotion waiting for you. They say that the parishes were rather stretched there. Think of it like the media of today. If the media doesn't get to tell you what you think, you might not know what you have to think. If the media doesn't tell you what to do, you might not know what to do. And before you know it, you're a heretic to the new religion. Remember, time comes where such ways have to be put down with force, and the witches get lined up and hung after a short but entertaining trial. When I see the media trot out easy answers to complicated questions, which don't quite seem to align, but it's always the same messages. I do wonder, have we really evolved so much, or is it just that it's in the nature of humans to be cruel and the nature of power to want to dominate?